Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
Like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away, ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let them hate.
Right before I actually jump into the topic of this video, I know you guys see these clean jerseys on the wall. Now, if you want one, you can go ahead and hop over on Twitter and order one yourself for cheap on this Twitter page right here. The quality on these things are literally insane. So if you yourself are looking to decorate your room or spice up your wardrobe or whatever you want to do, go ahead and go over to Game Day Jerseys for quality NBA jerseys at a great price. Once again, I remind you that company has a Twitter page and that's where they run their shop through their DMs. So go ahead, give them a follow and let them know that you're trying to cop an NBA jersey. The shipping is great, the customer service is A1, and the product that they're putting out there is unmatched considering the price and the quality and the shipping time. But let's get on to what you guys came here for. As time has gone on, the game of basketball has evolved, and one of the most sought after skills is the ability to shoot the ball at a good rate. Arguably one of, if not the most dominant teams in league history, the Warriors literally ran the league since 2015, featuring two of the greatest shooters of all time sharing a backcourt. Due to the way that team played basketball, they've influenced every single team by the second to go ahead and add shooting to their lineup, and that made the skill of shooting the ball more valued than ever before, especially from the wing position. Now, the only exception to this is if you are a physical freak who just so happens to dominate the game without having a great shot, like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ben Simmons, some could say Westbrook, and even LeBron. Ben Simmons doesn't have a shot, and he's proven that he can still survive in this league, and Giannis Antetokounmpo has been developing one as each day has gone by. Guys like that and Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and maybe even Zion Williamson, if you want to throw his name out there, were blessed and didn't need it to be declared one of the best. But as we all know, that's not the case with everyone. How often do you see somebody so big and so fast and so quick? Not often at all. Markelle Fultz has been one of the most confusing, controversial, and also mysterious players that we've ever seen since the year 2017. Because coming out of college, as we all know, he was praised for his all-around skill set. And within that skill set, he was also praised for his three-point shooting ability. A lot of scouts and NBA enthusiasts prevailed him as the clear-cut #1 overall pick. But as we all know, his career mysteriously took a turn for the worse. On this very night right here, October 4th, 2017, the Sixers were set to play their very first preseason game of that year. It was Markelle's first time actually playing in the NBA. Eyes were everywhere and his fans were ecstatic because his summer league got cut short due to an ankle injury. In the two summer league games that he played, he didn't shoot the ball too well, but then again, it was just 2 games. And he showed a lot of flashes of what he could potentially be bringing to Philly. But something, someone, and maybe even multiple people prevented that from happening in that 3-month span. Coming out of Washington, the Sixers were whipped over Markelle because of his three-point shot and his ability to create plays and be a secondary ball handler next to Ben Simmons. His three-point shot is what would allow him to coexist with Ben. I remind you though, he wasn't looked at as a sharpshooter or a tremendous shooter from deep or nothing like that. He was just simply viewed as a good one, a passable one. But that passable shooter that he once was completely disintegrated out of nowhere. And all of these speculations started to storm in on the former #1 overall pick. Prior to that, an injury on the court was never recorded besides his ankle in summer league. But all of a sudden, it looks like he has a bum shoulder. Nothing adds up, and the only thing that makes sense to me is either one of these two things, or hell, maybe even both of them. If we stop all the logical stuff and look at this from like a human being standpoint, he may have all these anxieties, fears, and all that bottled up inside of him. Millions of people from the Sixers fan base and all across the world are watching him, and a lot of them want to see him excel and others want to see him fall and crumble, just so some fans can continue to let them jokes fly and bash one another, you know, nothing out of the norm. So he just may not be that dude mentally. Now here's what I feel like helped attribute to his major shooting woes, and I'm gonna also make that connection with that mystery man in the thumbnail. These NBA players have a lot of connections, coaches, and personal trainers in their life, and all these people generally have good intentions. Their goal is to make their client or player the best version of himself and to excel at whatever that person is working on with him. What if I said though that working with the Sixers staff and also his personal trainer Drew Hanlon at the time actually hurted him instead of helping him? Back in the 2012 offseason, one of the most attractive prospects coming out of college was Michael Fultz. Now, I'm not gonna lie, and you better not either. Let me know down below in the comments, alright? You have to participate. It's a group effort, okay? When you think of the name Michael Fultz, what comes up to mind? Tell me what happens in your mind. What pops up? What is the first thing to pop up in your head? For me, it's broke. Whenever I think about Michael Fultz, I think about broke. Broke like my bank account. Broke like the cup that I dropped 2 days ago. Broke like my heart 2 years ago. I just think about the word broke. And that makes a lot of sense now I'm thinking about it, because Michael Fultz, MKG, that's what they call him. He's not cool enough to be called MKG, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyways, he's had one of, if not the brokest jump shots that I've ever seen on my existence on this planet of Earth that we call. MKG ended up being the second overall pick back in 2012 and was seen as a player who had a lot of potential considering his size and defensive ability and his apparent potential as a shooter. On most mock draft sites back in the day, he was listed higher than guys like Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Andre Drummond, and many more. Because of the total package he had the potential to offer. You know, he's a 6'6" wing with good weight, great defender, and he also plays really hard. His jumper, his freaky, deaky, disgusting, gross, humiliating, smelly jumper was just the only issue that scouts had. So many trainers and people in his circle and a part of the Hornets organization were hell-bent to fix that, just like the people were around Markelle Fultz. In an interview that MKG had with Woj, he said that the reason why his jumper was so tragic was because he would listen to too many people trying to help him adjust it all at once. So when everybody's telling him to do this and that all at once, a logjam sort of happens, and the shot ends up turning into a tragedy due to all the different signals his muscle memory attained. Although Markelle and MKG's story may not be the exact same, they definitely are similar and are very relatable. MKG came into the league with no real shot, but showed signs of having one with his free throw shooting ability. And Fultz was the polar opposite. His 3-point shooting was good at 41% on 5 attempts per game. Meanwhile, his free throw shooting was highly suspicious. Nevertheless, that didn't stop the Sixers management and also MJ from pulling the trigger and taking these two guys at 1 and 2. This just goes to show that history has a tendency to truly repeat itself in the NBA. Now the Hornets still have MKG and he's still getting good playing time. And even though he dramatically failed to reach his expectations due to his ability to actually put the ball in the hoop by shooting, he still contributes positively in Charlotte with his rebounding, defense, and slashing off of the bench. Bro, this is random and just off the topic. Like, did you guys know that the year before that, they only won 7 games? Like, bro, they only won 7 games the year before that. Imagine doing all of that losing just to land a Michael Fultz. It's a tough scene. Now, to me, it's kind of shocking how little of attention people pay to Michael Fultz's situation. And I've seen literally nobody on this platform, trust me, I searched and I looked. I saw no videos or any articles or none like that correlating these two player situations. Now, as I said earlier, Fultz did have a 3-point shot coming into the league, just no free throw shot, and MKG was a polar opposite. What really grabbed my attention though, and what caused me to make this little quick video, was how much fiddling and disruption were done to their shot by other people, forcing them to make a whole lot of unnatural changes at a rapid rate. MKG is only 25 years old, and that's really weird to say because I feel like that man been in this prime for the last 3 years. Anyways, he's always been a solid, good role player, but he'll literally be nothing more than that due to his limitations on the offensive end. And Markelle Fultz has the potential to follow on the same path. If these guys weren't pushed to switch up their shooting form weekly and just adapted to one, like all the other good shooters out there in the league, then maybe, just maybe, they wouldn't be in this situation at all. 7 years ago, we got MKG, and 2 years ago, we got Markelle Fultz, found on the same boat. They both are currently playing for some sorry organizations in the Eastern Conference, and both have very limited value. Markelle Fultz just got traded to the Orlando Magic for Jonathan Simmons and also a pick. Now, Jonathan Simmons isn't even getting any minutes, and that pick isn't going to be anything too special either. So that just screams how much of a suspect player he is. And for MKG, it's curtains for that man's career. I cannot see him being any better than he already is right now. Maybe if these two players didn't have 1,000,001 people in their ear all at one time telling him one thing while the other million are telling him to do another, they may have had the chance to be at least half of the player that they were hyped up to be original. The game of basketball be teaching us a lot of lessons. This is why you do not value other people's opinions too much. It's okay to seek help and ask for advice and all this sort of stuff from other people, alright? It's no problem with that at all. But then again, it's your problem that you have to address at the end of the day. This is the end of the video, man. Let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to push this little quick video out real quick because I have a banger idea. Not really a banger idea, just something else I want to talk about in a few days, and you guys will be up for that. But yeah, man, this is the end of the video. I really do appreciate you for coming here on my channel and checking out to see what I have to talk about today. Once again, DM Game Day Jerseys on Twitter and give them a follow and tell them Mojo99 sent you once you also order from them for your nice and crispy clean. I say Krispy Kreme. I'm kind of hungry. My bad, y'all. Anyways, tell them that Mojo99 sent you and that you also want a crispy jersey. Like I said, I really do appreciate you for watching, coming here on my channel, and taking time out of your beautiful, marvelous day to come over here to see what I have to talk about. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and also share this video with all your other friends and everyone around the world. Until then, like I said, appreciate you. But until then, I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the shirt, free the way, Told my girl who'd ever thought.